Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome to episode 4 of Floodland. Now, let's get something out of the way first. The previous episode I said I was going to do hour-long episodes. This, however, as it turned out from the revenue from the previous video, was completely unsustainable. I made a whole €7 on the previous 1 hour video, which means I'm going to have to cut these things up into smaller bits to generate more revenue. Otherwise, I'll have to quit YouTube entirely at some point, and I really don't want to do that. Now, what are we going to do this episode? We still have to look for the bit chimney to locate the Powerplant complex, which I believe is over there. So, we're going to have to do a little expedition. Unfortunately, I don't exactly have a whole lot of population spare at this point. So, I'm going to have to use the radio, and I do now have 5 radio batteries, to probably get some more people in. So, I'm looking for people. It's going to cost me 2 radio batteries. Let's have a look. We found something over here on the collapsed roof. Okay, so there are potentially people there. We're gonna have to go on an expedition over there, which isn't actually too far. If I'm able to get, let's say, another storage out here, I should be able to get this guy. Should be able to investigate this area. Unfortunately, we do need boats. Research-wise, I should be able to afford that. Yeah, I know. Let's have a look. Research. What exactly do I need in order to get the boats? Exploration. Search and explore boats. 10. Sold. Okay. So now I should be able to send my expeditions farther out. Can I make it here? Yes. That's not as far as I need to go, but it's a step in the right direction. I'm very interested to see what exactly I can find here. Renovation may require some work, but it's certainly worth a try. So this is going to give me an unknown result. 55% chance of developing a moderate disease. And I'm going to need electronics chips in order to get in. I only have 2 of those. I'm not actually building any. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can actually make this work. Now, water purification is a bit of an issue. And I do believe that we have another potential big issue coming up, as there was news of some sort of terror fish coming this way. So hopefully that's not going to completely come to fruition and we can still salvage that. Lots of tasks here. Very few resources left in the area. Okay, I'm going to reduce the pop there. Probably set up... Can they harvest this? No. And this is going to be increased by 30 in 3 days, so that should give them at least a bit more. And it's immediately safe food. So that's good. That's progress. Is there any additional food that I can harvest over here? Yes. Quite a bit. The problem is I don't really have a whole lot of pop here. So in order to get this, I'm going to have to free up some population somewhere else. So let's say the farm that I have going. Can I take some people away from there? Because right now I don't exactly feel like the whole farming situation is generating enough food for me relative to the amount of people that I'm throwing in here. Of course, I can actually go for upgrading this, but I'm going to need a bunch more research points for that. Right now we're just using the Scholars Debate mode, which is going to generate some research points, but slowly. Alternatively, I can do Academy mode, which is going to turn all of these books into something useful. It's going to improve the clan composition. It will also, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's going to help me get these guys as students for additional work spots. So that, for example, this farm is going to have more precision workers. That would be useful, so that it outputs more. Over here, we're about 93% in order to get, I think, only 10 flour. And then with 10 flour, we can make 10 food. I'm still not exactly sure if it is worth it. You know, it doesn't really strike me as being very worth it. Now, water is definitely declining at a very, very bad rate. Let's get another worker involved here. I do believe I can upgrade these at some point. But right now, I don't think I have enough. Because we got the water purifier. I can get high performance filters for 10. Which means that they use fewer resources. But I thought a water purifier doesn't reuse any resources. It doesn't use anything. So I'm not exactly sure what they're on about. Now this situation, prepare for the upcoming invasion of predatory fish. Yeah. We got a decent amount of food stored. I hope it'll be enough. Right now, this fish population, the predatory fish, is basically on top of us. So there's not a whole lot that I can do to fix that. Terrible, terrible news, boss. As I predicted, predatory fish are now ravaging our fisheries. Massive, fierce, hungry sons of bitches. Okay. Me and the boys tried to chase them away, but nothing works. We would probably need a frickin' cannon to shoot them. For now, we have to limit our fishing so these monsters don't start hunting us, too. I hope you took my words seriously and got some other sources of food, or else be prepared to face some hungry people. So how is this going to impact it? Is the output less? Because that is not entirely clear. What I can do is just relocate at least some of the fishing workers going here. Making sure that I get something going on with survival for food. Alternatively to what I have. So let's say a forager hut there. It's going to give me some edible food. Oh, dummy, you already have one. And that's a pretty decent position as well. Okay, all of my fisheries are affected? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take one worker off here. I'm going to put one of those workers to go here. Unfortunately, I'm still low on people, so I'm going to need more. Over here, interesting place, can be turned into a habitable factory. Which means it's going to provide shelter for 40 people. Whoa. That's a lot. Risk factor, it's going to give me... Oh, sorry, this is the risk factor. It's going to give me 1 old world relic, 2 medications, 1 textbook, and 1 lockpick. We're going to approach that. It might cost me some disease, some setback, but we'll just have to make do. I'm rather concerned about our potable water source, though. I think this farm is drinking a heck of a lot more than it's actually giving me back in food. I'm going to reduce the workers here. And hopefully that'll mean it's also going to take less water. I'm going to have to add another worker here. And I don't believe I have any other water stills. The water is a bit unpredictable. I'd rather they stabilize this a bit more, so it's easier to figure out whether you're getting enough or not enough. Now, I do have 1 worker spare. Oh, you want me to upgrade your storage? Okay, fine. Not right now, though. Let's get another worker over there. Into the forager hut. I'm probably going to have to build just another facility to make sure I get enough water. Because this is getting rather concerning. Let's just put that over there so it's a really short way away. Go build it. Yeah, we're jumping to 57. Okay, we get a dull origins certificate. Fascinating. A building isn't operational. The lumber mill. The global stock limit has been full. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, we just need a bit more build time here. There we go, done. We're going to add an erudition worker there. How are we doing here? Okay. So we are getting additional workers. And we are slowly but steadily leveling up, I think, both clans at this point. Yeah, here we go. Clans. Clan profile. Banish the clan, no thank you. Okay, so I can specialize these boys again. They're really good at precision. I think I maxed them out here. So that means we're going to have to do something else with them. This is discipline. Gets the bonus to scrap, wood, rubble, charcoal. Yeah, why not? Alright. So the workers are going to be a bit more efficient. How are you so busy, because it doesn't feel like you're doing a whole lot except for exploring this place. So I'm not so sure what the deal is. Now I got loads and loads of rubbish, and that's with these things running on 50% productivity. This one's running on 100. Let's put another worker over here and make sure we get a bit more. And I want to start sending an expedition, but I don't have enough people. Where can I take people away? How about I just shut this thing down entirely? And this one as well. So I'm going to be generating, like, what, 5? Yeah, 25 per day. That should be keeping me up for a while. Over here, the lumber mill doesn't have any workers. I'll just have to take a worker off of this one. And I suppose I should be able to send an expedition. It's going to take at least 3 workers. That's fine. Yeah, well, whoever's available, basically. There we go. Take construction materials. Not so sure yet. Just do bring a bunch of rations. 6 days ought to do it. What do you mean you cannot build on this type of surface? Well, I can do it here. This strikes me as a road. Why can I not build on a road? Is it possible for me just to go here? Just skip the workers for now and have a look at the factory so we can advance the story? Just go over there and we'll see how it goes. What's the situation here? You don't have any materials. Yeah, because we're not getting enough food from the fisheries. Because I think the fisheries are basically not doing much of anything. Or at least not as much as normally they would. Which makes sense if those predatory fish are around. I don't know how long they're going to be around. Food and water do seem to have stabilized a bit. So, not too bad. Could have been a lot worse than what we're currently looking at. Where's the expedition at? What? There's a flag appearing here, but I don't know exactly what they mean. Okay, since I don't have enough fish coming in, let's see if I can add 1 worker to, for example, the forager hut. There's not a whole lot there. Are there any other interesting spots for a forager hut? Because I don't believe so. There's a decent amount here. Aquarius Estate. Ah, the expedition's here. Excellent. So, you people are going to do a bunch of exploring. Yeah, just start exploring, I guess. And we'll figure out what we can find in a moment in time. Okay. These guys do have some food. It'll last them 6 days. I hope it'll be enough. We'll just have to wait and see. 3 buildings aren't operational. Yes, I know. I don't have enough people. I don't really have enough resources either. I'm a little low on metal and coal. But I wouldn't exactly say I'm advanced enough to use it anyway. I do have a relic. Let's take it in standard mode. And get some additional research points. So I'm going to be able to get a bit more researched. Place of interest. Powerplant gatehouse. Automated access system that used key cards. Despite the damage, the code lock still works. Okay, excellent. Let's have a look. Risk factor. 15% chance of getting a moderate disease. Off you go. Because if this is that legendary power plant that we're after, we might be able to start generating juice from this and bring a whole lot of things back into our control. Ooh, old world relics. More relics. Nice. 3 people are not busy? Really? Yeah, that's the fishing wharf. The fishing wharf is like outputting some, but not nearly enough. That's the limit, so I don't need more. Let's see. Time to build, I suppose, another medium storage. Or a small storage. This is considered a new district. We can't build on an island we can't access. I thought we had boats. Do we not have boats? That's a little weird. There is also something happening with the relations between Brendryen and the commune. Yeah. They're a little reluctant to work together. I'm not exactly too sure how to integrate these clans and either absorb the other or make sure that these guys play nice. So I don't exactly know how to make sure that these guys don't have further of a falling out. If you do, by all means, let me know down below in the comments. I can't believe it myself, but it's true. Everything suggests it. These markings on the doors, this equipment. We found the gatehouse to the rebirth power plant. It's here, it's right here, just like Nicole said. I know there's no voltage here now, but I still feel a tingling and goosebumps, as if the air here was conducting electricity. Is that a thing? Okay. 10 research. That's excellent. The key to power. We've tried just about everything to force our way inside the complex. However, nothing has worked so far. 25 years of flooding and erosion have barely scratched the paint on the door, and our efforts have at best managed to get it to flake a little bit more. We'll keep trying to get in, but I think we need to explore extensively around the facility. This place was evacuated in a hurry a long time ago, and there are signs of some kind of struggle, gunfire. The documents say that evil Gosrith stood up for the citizens when the struggle for resources had begun, while the military wanted to pacify the protesters and help them in a more organized way. Okay. Well, his sentiment cost him his life along with his life's work. But I digress. The documents I've been going through all mention a key card to unlock some doors in the complex. We can find one of them, hopefully in working condition. The card scanners still seem to be hooked up and working. Okay, that's interesting. After all this time, they still have power? At least some of them. I think we should look for a key pass card in the Rebirth office building. It's in decent shape and is located near the damaged flyover. Okay. We're going to have to do a bit more exploring here and figure out exactly which building that is. Because right now, I don't exactly know what building they're on about. So we're going to have to do a bunch more exploring and potentially turn this one into an actual colony. Making sure that I have enough people here to do all that searching. I'm not exactly sure if this part is connected. Oh, you cannot explore outside the storage range. Right. This whole area is inaccessible because I don't have the gate key. So we're going to have to find that building that they're on about and then figure out where that key card is. Let's go. As we're going through one of these buildings, we apparently find Jerry's bones. Oh damn. In the basement there's a human skeleton in military uniform. The dog tag says his name was Jeremy Ainsworth. There's no papers on him, but next to him there's a small but heavily armored safe. It's locked with an 8-digit code. It seems like this dead fellow tried to carve the access code into the wall, but he only managed to scratch out 4 digits, 0204. There's also a code, Lisa. What do we do, leader? Leave it, I can bring it back, or I can leave the safe and bury the corpse. No. We're gonna bring it back, and perhaps sometime later we can open it. Yeah, sure, it's not even that heavy. Both of them got annoyed with that. I wonder why. I mean, I told them to bring a safe back. Beyond that, I didn't tell them any explicit things like go and figure out how to open it. I said maybe we can open it later. I don't know why that pissed them off. Something else I'm forgetting is the law committee. I have a couple of law points with influence. These scavenger companies are now active. I can also implement herbal herbal medicine, but I need 40 law for that, 40 law points. Yeah, I don't have anywhere near enough, so I can just neglect this for now. Alright, our big terror fish are still around. Our food supplies are okay. Our water supply is increasing. I think we're doing quite well. We just need to keep exploring and potentially look into this building, making sure that we find additional people here and expand the clans. A little while later, I have found the keycard. Finally, the keycard is in our possession. Now we gained access to the Rebirth Powerplant gatehouse. We're one step away from our goal. Well, we're one step closer to getting into the Powerplant. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a bit west of my current position. And the colony, or the exploration, the scavenging group that I sent over there, I pulled back because their water ran out. So I decided to bring them here instead. Now, I have these two islands working together, and I've since figured out that what I'm currently lacking is the ability to mingle with the clans. The one building that does that is the canteen. This is supposedly going to be generating satisfaction and also work together with the clans. So it's going to make sure that these guys stay in harmony, if you will. I need to do that for the other locations as well. So the other positions where I have people living. Which means a couple of tents here and there. And potentially, with all the research wealth that I've now built up, I can do that a heck of a lot more efficient. In fact, I can get plastic. It's going to cost me 35. It seems like a lot. I'm not sure if that is something I'm really willing to go for. Something I still don't yet have is the herbal station, which is going to allow me to turn herbs into medicine. Right now, I do have some medicine stored, but I'm not building any of my own. So I want to have at least the capacity to build this. I don't really want to build it yet, but I am suspecting that at some point I'm going to need to do so if more of my people start to get sick. Let's see, I got 42 more points available. I get the path, which is basically the road. I can get climbing equipment, sledgehammer, scaffolding production. I don't really care for this. TNT production is going to be done in the study, the research facility, the research institute. Focuses on TNT production used in deconstruction and to enable reaching certain otherwise inaccessible areas. So getting scaffolding is going to allow me to do that, as well as ropes production. I also need to have the plastics recycling station. Right. In order to get that, I'm first going to have to research plastics. I don't know what I'm going to use plastics for yet. I don't think I will need to do that at any given time. So let's not, at least not for now. Self-learning, new operating mode. People gather here to discuss an experiment in order to raise their respective clans' experience to develop specializations without the use of textbooks. That's good. I do have some textbooks though, so it's not necessarily a rush job at this point. Sorting lodge. It's going to also allow me to get rubble. I don't really have a lot of rubble, and if I want to start using rubble for something, I suppose that's going to fall under well-being, because the shack housing 4 people is going to need rubble. So let's develop this, and then under survival, let's upgrade the forager house. Sorry, not the forager house. Under growth, let's upgrade this thing for 10 points. Waste sorting. It's 2 general work posts in sorting buildings. I don't really care for that. I don't exactly have the manpower anyway. Sorting station is also going to give me some scrap. I got tons of that, so I don't really want to invest too many research points into that. Exploration then. I am considering scaffolding, because at some point I think all of these are going to be useful. It's not the most sexy bit of research, but I think it will help. TNT production is going to require the plastics recycling station. For now I will be able to use ropes production. Is that something I'm strictly going to need? The following buildings will receive a new mode. Plastic, 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 plastic. Basically everything plastic is going to receive a new operating mode. So right now I don't really find that to be too interesting. I can get a pier. A simple harbor where boats can dock. Piers connect to distant islands and enable transferring people between them. It needs to be built partly or completely on water. Okay. They connect distant islands, I suspect, without the use of paths, which is what I have been using. And I kind of like having all of my people essentially living in one huge district. By virtue of these stupid pathways, these stilt platforms. So being able to use something such as a pier, I think is going to help play into the type of gameplay that I'm looking for. I'm also going to search this for people. I'm going to search... Well, do I want to search that? Yeah, why not? Search that for water, search this. And do a little bit of exploring on whatever island we're at. I'm going to need yet another expedition to go here and start to open the key to power. One of our people has developed a cuff. That is the expedition group, the Pathfinder camp. They're already at the research limit. Jesus. Oh, they got so much rubbish that I can instantly upgrade it. Yeah, why not? Let's turn this into potentially a small-ish colony. We've met some people here. They'd like to join us. Do you want them in our settlement? Yes. These people we've met are eager to join us. You can pick a clan. Most of them should join, but let them make the final decision on their own. Yes, Burkett 3. That's where I want them, so they will join Burkett 3. Perfect. How many? 12! Would you look at that? I like this. So this is where all these people are going to sit, right? Ooh. All 15 members of the Pathfinder camp, so that's my 3 plus the 12, have become residents of the new district. These resources will be added to the stock. Excellent. I'm going to have to do a little bit of work here in order to make sure people don't start dying right away. Because as it happens, it seems that we have developed a bit of a problem here. Some people have a cough, there's a bunch of homelessness. Yeah. Seeing as I can now build better housing, well, that might be a bit of a grand term, but, you know, that's apparently what you call a shack. Let's do that. Let's set up a couple of shacks here. I don't exactly know what this island's going to yield. So let's say I want to have 4 shacks here. That's going to cost me 100 rubble, which I barely have. Effectively, I don't have. Rubble. Here, sorting lodge. I'm going to need a sorting lodge over here. Here. So that is under growth. That's going to be the sorting lodge, tier 2. And that's going to constantly give me additional units of rubble. Excellent. I hope that these guys can gain the resources that I have on the other island, but I'm not 100% on that. Because I don't believe that they're part of the same district yet. So that is also going to require a pier. Which I think falls under exploration. So a pier can sit here. I think. Yes. That's one. This is one big district. I also want to have a pier like over there. And this should connect these 2 islands together and turn it into one immense district. Hopefully. I don't know. Ooh. I don't have anywhere near enough wood in stock to build this. That's a concern. Nor do I have enough rubbish. That's going to make my life pretty interesting. Okay, so we're going to have to find quite a lot of rubbish. Just so we can start building the pier. There is some of it. But this is barely going to scratch the surface of what I need. Okay, at least these people have housing. Well, some of them. And they do appear to be able to take resources from here. So that's good. There we go. Boom. Done. Okay. Nice little island here. There are a few piles of rubbish. Or, sorry, piles of rubble. So I can use those. That means, I suspect, setting up a forager... No. Sorting lodge here is going to help. Let's set that up there for now. At this point, I don't have enough workers to actually do all of these tasks. But because it's now a separate district, I can't exactly manage to ship people over, I think. This is Shell Corner. Migrations can't. They have to be connected with a pier to transfer people between them. Yeah. Sadly, I don't exactly have the luxury of doing that. I did used to have, no longer have, a lumber mill. No. Logging hut. Because I'm completely out of raw wood. I've turned everything into planks, which is lovely, but now I cannot actually use any of it in order to start building up the piers and getting the resources that I need for that. So, plenty more to do, and I do feel that I've made some progress. I've connected with that power plant. I know where it is. I now have the gate key, so I can actually get in there, and that is what I'm going to be doing next episode. Thank you guys for joining this one. I hope you enjoyed. Again, sorry for not being able to do the 60-minute ones, but they are just unsustainable. I hope you understand. Thanks for joining. I'll see you soon for the next episode.